Hello guys, welcome back to another episode here of Bareham Engines. But before I go any further guys, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel. I know a lot of you watch regularly, but you still haven't done that, so that would make a massive difference to us. And secondly guys, I think I owe you a bit of an apology. To our regular viewers, you haven't seen me for a couple of weeks. The last video we did was about a week ago, which is very unlike us. Isaac, thank you very much for doing that video. Always a top job from the man. But yeah, as I say, you haven't seen me guys for a couple of weeks. It's because I've had a few personal issues. You all know that it's no secret that I've suffered with sort of mental health, anxiety, I suppose depression in a way. We won't go too much into it, I won't bore you. I was going to do a video at the weekend, just sort of apologising, let you know what I've been through, but I won't bore you with it. But as I say, to my regular viewers, you know what I've been through, and I've sort of had a little bit of an episode a couple of weeks ago, so I've had to take a bit of time out. I've just started back the middle of last week doing half a day, just easing back into it, but I am getting some help now. Just the stress of life really, innit guys? It just sort of sent me a little bit over the top. And the last thing I wanted to do, to be honest with you, is pick up this camera and sort of perform in front of it. So I do apologise, guys, but I do hope you understand. But we're going to try and sort of ease back into the videos. I'm getting the bug again now, have done over the weekend. So I thought we'd do a little bit of a video today. So thank you very much for your patience, guys. I really do appreciate it. Morris 12.4 here, mate.
Oh, yeah?
Just putting liners in it.
Yeah.
One iffy bore, I think. But you can see there, the liners actually have come from Turner Engineering.
Ah, right,
I believe, but they're a straight liner, not a top hat.
Okay.
Difficult to put a top hat one in these because you've got a cutout. It's a side valve.
Yeah,
Got a bit of a cutout one side for the pre-con chamber really. So we've done a step at the bottom on these, and you can see I've left them quite proud. So because they're not a top hat, it's just as easy for me to press them in and leave about an inch proud.
Yeah. And
then face them on here. So you can see that one there. Look, I've just literally faced it in one cut down to probably about 10 thou proud, and then I can face it on the mill once you're done. Just as easier than putting it in the lathe, to be honest.
So because of that combustion chamber, have you got to like Dremel it and get it to go flush?
I shall do it on the milling machine, mate.
Oh, you mill it out,
you can do it properly on the mill. So I'll set it up one way. Because it's sort of like that, what I'll do is I'll set the block up and do one side, mill all four, and then turn it round and mill all the others. So get it, rather than get the Dremel out.
No, I was gonna say.
And then we've got to put valve seat inserts in there. The valve seats are not very nice because there's no inserts in there as standard. It's just machined into the cast iron. They're all a bit pitted and a bit crap. So,
and valve guides as well we've got to do, haven't we?
Valve guides, mate, very important on these.
Yeah.
Otherwise it sucks oil down the guides like you wouldn't believe, and uses oil big time. So that is what I'm doing on here. I've been off for a week and a half-ish, doing a bit of part-time. But you've been cracking right on in there, mate, ain't you?
Yeah, got a few bits done.
We're sort of cleaning up, we're clearing out in here very gradually, which is nice. Haven't been taking a great deal more on at the moment, have we? We've had a few sort of boring jobs and stuff like that. The Lotus is looking...
Lotus, yeah.
First of the 3 Lotuses that we've got to do, looking beautiful.
Yeah, it's very nearly done. Just got to get the correct tension for the timing chain.
Yeah.
Put that front seal in properly.
Okay.
And then rocker cover, but I'm just waiting to hear back from the customer.
See what colour he wants the rocker cover.
Yeah.
Nice. I'm just feeling red at the minute, are you?
Yeah, I reckon he'll probably go for red, but it was before, so...
Oh, was it?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Yeah, so that's nearly the first of the Lotuses done, mate. That'll be the second one there. So that is... We've got to check the bore size on that, although I've honed it. We've got the piston, so maybe a little bit has to come out of there. It's faced, we've got to clean it up, give it a lick of paint. Head's all been ported, so that'll be the next one to crack on with, won't it?
Yeah.
After these, of course. So this is the 2-litre Caddy engine.
Yep.
So this has been a bit of a nightmare on bits, isn't it?
It has a bit, yeah.
Can't get 0.5 oversized pistons.
No.
Fortunately, one of the bores was showing has picked up on a piston. You can see that piston's looking horrible there. but fortunately it hasn't marked the bore at all. It was just literally left aluminium.
Yeah, well, at first we thought it had scored the bore.
It looked a bit nasty in there, didn't it?
But after, well, sort of proper washing it for a start, so
Yeah.
it's all free, clean of oil, and then getting it on the hone and giving it a little tickle, it's all good, really, isn't it?
Cleaned up, yeah. They measure really good. They measure sort of half a thou over. It's got a little tiny step at the top, but that's usual, isn't it? So
Yeah.
there's not really a lot else we can do.
No, I mean, like you say, if we can't get oversized pistons, then the only other option is to liner the whole thing.
If we were
that's-
at all iffy on the bore size, or obviously it left any marks in there or scores, then we would have discussed about
Yeah.
putting liners in. But
But that's obviously an extra £1,000 or so for
this
the
is the
customer.
trouble, isn't
so
it? You're getting to the point where it ain't really worth doing that. But,
no,
So we've ordered a set of pistons, a new crankshaft, new set of rods. Apart from that, everything's all right.
so nothing's all right.
No, bearings and the usual, but we've just got to build the short motor up. So
Yeah,
got the bits on order. They'll be arriving soon, so we can get that one together, can't we?
yeah.
And we've got all the bits for the
BDA.
BDA.
Yeah,
It's all very well organised in here, mate, isn't it?
Yeah, all coming together.
I think we're going to have to get the little crossflow on an engine stand in a minute.
Yeah, we've
Get
got
that
that Ingenium as well. It's
Ingenium, which I've got to put
out the
liners
back.
in. Yeah, once I've got obviously the Morris off there, I can get that Ingenium chugging away. Audi Quattro.
very nice.
Turns out this isn't what I thought it was.
Oh,
This is a 20 valve Audi,
yeah,
which could be found in S2s, Audi 80, 100, 200,
wouldn't have a clue, mate.
about 89 upwards, I think.
Yeah.
Even in the URs, I've got a feeling the later URs was a 20 valve.
Okay,
The earlier ones were a 10 valve. Main bearings are the same, or the main journal sizes are the same. Apparently the big ends are different.
oh,
This is the one with a smaller big end.
right, okay.
Reason I've discovered that is, first of all, the customer has supplied the bearings. The mains are correct, so they're in the block. Block's all clean. Pistons are listed as a UR, which are correct. But actually on the box lot it's got 20 valve, although
Yeah.
the pistons have got no cutouts. But the crank bearings we thought were correct because the part number marries up, but they're actually not. These are the earlier,
So that's for a bigger housing, basically.
for a bigger journal.
So when you put that in the rod cap, it sticks up above the
It does indeed. So two
above the
things,
top.
when you fit these in, look, like you say, they stick up about 1 millimetre, so they ain't right. And secondly, the tag is not correct. Look, it leaves the
Yeah.
bearing offset. So them's all good, mate. So they'll have to go back, and we've got Mar Motorsport sourcing out some original bearings, although they are hard to get. He might be able to get two 4-cylinder sets, because obviously this
Right.
is a 5-cylinder. So
Yeah, so obviously they use the same bearings in some of the 4 pots,
yeah,
so they might be able to get them.
that's right, mate. So this job here has been lingering around because of wrong parts, really. So the pistons, the original pistons that the customer sent were standard size, obviously needed boring because the bores weren't great.
Yeah.
So he bought these pistons a year ago,
Oh, right.
or the standard size ones, but fortunately the guy had them back and swapped them for a 0.5 set.
Oh, well, that's ideal.
So we've had to wait for the pistons.
Yeah.
So it's been lingering around like a few little jobs like that, but we're getting there, mate. We're getting there. So as soon as we get a set of bearings, I can get the crank in, do our dummy build, check the
Yeah.
piston heights, check all the crank clearances.
I like these.
Big old
Big bowl in there.
big old bowl in it. These are 7-to-1s, 7.1 to 1. So
Nice and low. That's big boost territory, isn't it? Really?
apparently so, yeah. I don't quite know what he's hoping from it, but it's definitely high boost application, isn't it?
Yeah,
It could be one of those UR monsters, couldn't it?
they could, yeah.
I think going on from there, mate, I think it's about time. There's going to be plenty of people that usually watch our channel. Hear me go on a few weeks ago about me doing a bit of jiggery pokery with the vans and maybe changing our personal vehicle.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're intrigued to know. what is the electric car like?
So what electric car have you gone for, firstly?
So what we've done is we've got rid of the small van. We've using the big orange van as our work van.
Yeah. So you swap the vans around.
Swapped the vans around. We've got
Sent
rid of
the
the
little one back.
grey van.
Yeah.
Using the orange van as the company vehicle, as it should be used for, which is all working quite well.
Yeah. Well, we didn't really use the little van very much.
Not really.
It's pointless.
We don't. We at once upon a time we used, when we had the old Citroen Berlingo, we used it quite a lot, didn't we? Because we were going out doing jobs on site. But now, because we're so busy in here, there's no need to go out climbing around in the cold. So yeah, we use the orange van as the everyday, and I bought a sort of personal vehicle through the company, which is fully electric.
Well, it's a bit of both, isn't it?
And it's an Audi Q4 e-tron, which I find fairly embarrassing to talk about on the channel, mate, seeing as we are engine builders.
Not the best look, is it?
Well, no. But there's going to be many people out there that, I mean, already people have sent me emails saying that what are you doing? The old milk float, they call it.
Yeah.
But there's going to be people out there intrigued to know what I think about it. And I'm going to be honest, mate. First of all, it's one of the nicest vehicles I've ever been in. But I'm biased because I do like Audis anyway.
Yeah.
It's lovely, it's finished nice, but it's going to be, and it's German.
Yeah, that's the thing, brand new as well. So.
Brand new. You know, most new vehicles, whatever manufacturer now, are quite nice, aren't they?
Yeah.
But what about the electric motor? What do I think? Well, to be honest, can't really fault it.
You bloody love it, don't you?
I do love it. The thing is, it depends what you're going to be using it for.
It does.
I mean, for what we want it for.
Well, we're going to be using
like
it for what
driving
you're
around.
Be using it for.
No, I will be honest with you. The range is pretty good on it. They reckon about 280 miles on a full, which, going by the mileage we've done already, working it out, I would say on a run, it's pretty close to that, to be honest with you. So that's not bad. I mean, that mileage now is probably half the mileage you get out of a full tank in, say, something like the van.
Yeah.
So it depends what you're going to be using it for. If we were doing a lot of miles up and down the motorway, I probably wouldn't be going for an electric vehicle.
It'd be a bit useless for that, wouldn't it?
It'd just be a ball ache.
It would.
Because, you know, from my experience of owning that car in the first month, you have got to be aware and remember about the charging. So that does take some getting used to.
A bit like if you forget to plug your phone in at night.
Little bit.
You wake up in the morning, your alarms ain't gone off. It's 10:30. You're late for work.
Yeah.
And
this is
good.
it.
Same sort of thing with a car.
It is really,
Don't
and
wanna
it's not just the range anxiety. Like you can't just drop in at a petrol station and fill it up.
Yeah.
Although there are charging stations which take about 40 minutes to do a full charge. It's a bit of a ball ache hanging around 40 minutes, isn't it?
Well, yeah.
You know.
Especially when there's several other motorists coming in, filling up and leaving within 5 minutes, and you're sat there waiting for it to...
Yeah, this is the trouble. If you're like, for every day in the week for us, my wife goes and does about 30, 40 miles, then, you know, it's more than adequate for that, and you don't really have to sort of remember. What we're tending to do at the minute is sticking it on charge. We're on a tariff now where between 12 o'clock at night, 5 in the morning, it works out to do a full charge is about £6, so it's cheap.
It's not bad.
So you can set that off your phone, so you plug it in before you know, whenever you get in, and then it will start charging at 12. So it's all pretty
that's decent.
Clever like that. But you do have to make sure you charge it, and you almost have to think about the next day how much you're going to be using it. Because if you've got 40 miles left in the battery and you want to be going Exeter and back, you ain't going to be doing it, are you?
No.
So you have to be aware of that, and that does take a bit of... It's almost a ball ache.
Well, it's just that little bit extra organisation and planning of what you're going to be doing.
Yeah, it is.
Making sure you can do it.
Whereas with a diesel or petrol, you don't think about that. You just top it up when it needs topping up. And
it's one of those where... Well, I reckon you probably wouldn't have it if you didn't have a van as a diesel or something as well.
No,
you've got to have something else.
Yeah, it's lovely to drive around locally. Even going and doing a 50-mile down the road jaunt, it's okay. But the trouble is, I would say average, especially in the winter, you're going to be getting a couple of 100 miles, maybe 230 miles out of a charge.
Yeah.
They reckon not to charge it 100% anyway.
Yeah.
So you always charge it to 80%. So you're getting a couple of 100 odd miles. It's almost not enough.
Well,
do you know what I mean?
Yeah, you couldn't just say you needed, for some reason, you needed to go up to Bristol in a heartbeat. You needed to be up there, like to get to a hospital or something. It's like,
yeah, it's just not.
You wouldn't be able to.
No,
you might get up there, but you wouldn't get back.
No, it's a bit. They are a bit late. It's not quite enough out of them, I would say. But on the plus side, they are fantastic to drive. They're lovely and quiet. They go like stink. And they do
the worst
basically.
bit about them, they're so quick.
They're annoyingly perfect as a car.
Yeah.
You know, the electric motor, there's no gears, there's no nothing. It's instant torque. It's just.
Well, it virtually drives itself, doesn't it? By the sounds of it.
Yeah, it's absolutely all the mod cons on it. It's just it's perfect, really. But it's just this charging malarkey.
Yeah, it's the range and the charging, isn't it?
Bit of a ball ache. And then you've got the residual value and all the rest of it, which we will come into at a later date to see how that works out.
That's definitely been a problem for a few people.
Yeah. So
it's even been a problem for Audi selling them.
Yeah, I mean, I would say
Porsche
through a company with all the tax relief and all that jazz, at the moment, it's definitely worth it for us.
Oh,
especially
yeah.
what we're using it for.
Yeah,
but I would say if you didn't have that, it's a complete novelty. The infrastructure ain't there, and it ain't never going to work.
I think it's all a gimmick. It's not.
It is a gimmick.
It's nothing to do with the environment. It's all just some. I don't know. It's a business plan, really, isn't it? And they've boosted it by saying it's good for the environment. But
yeah, I can't really say much more on that. But it is. They are really nice.
Oh, I bet it's lovely.
You know.
But it's brilliant.
To be honest, to the point where you get in the van, it feels like a rickety old van, really. But you know, it's still a nice van.
Yeah.
But yeah, like you say, I think it is. This electric nonsense is a bloody novelty.
It's
You know, but I'm sure a lot of people that watch this channel, they're into engines and cars and engineering, and you know, I don't think they're going to appreciate it. So fire away, guys. Fire away in the comments on what you think about my electric car. We'll leave it at that, mate, shall we, for one video?
Yeah, I reckon
nice
so.
to ease back into it.
Yeah. Been gone for a minute, haven't we?
Gone for a minute, had a little bit of a break.
Yeah.
But we'll be back on track.
We will.
See you in the next one. Cheers, guys.